Chosen by the spirits, the sun hung low over the savannah, casting long shadows across the golden grass. The air was thick with the scent of rain, though no clouds marred the horizon. In the village of Ukamba, nestled between two ancient baobab trees, life moved as it always had, slow, deliberate, and steeped in tradition. But tonight, the rhythm of the village would be shattered. Nia, a young woman of 18, stood at the edge of the village, her bare feet sinking into the warm earth. She clutched a small leather pouch around her neck, a gift from her grandmother who had passed into the ancestral realm 2 moons ago. Inside the pouch was a single seed, a relic from the sacred tree that stood at the center of Ukamba. The tree was said to be a bridge between the living and the dead, its roots reaching deep into the abyss where the spirits dwelled. Nia had always felt a strange connection to the tree. As a child, she would sit beneath its sprawling branches, listening to the whispers that seemed to drift on the wind. Her grandmother had told her that the tree had chosen her, though Nia never understood what that meant. Now, as the elders gathered in the village square, their faces grim, she felt a chill run down her spine. "Nia," Elder Jabari called, his voice heavy with authority. "Come forward." The villagers parted as she approached, their eyes filled with a mixture of fear and reverence. In the center of the square stood the elders, their robes adorned with beads and feathers, and beside them was a man Nia had never seen before. He was tall and lean, his skin the color of midnight, and his eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. Around his neck hung a necklace of bones, each one carved with intricate symbols. "This is Mwangi," Elder Jabari said, gesturing to the stranger. "He is a messenger from the abyss." A murmur rippled through the crowd. The abyss was not a place spoken of lightly. It was the realm of the forgotten, the lost, and the damned. To be sent to the abyss was the greatest punishment, a fate worse than death. "Nia," Mwangi said, his voice like the rumble of distant thunder. "The abyss calls for you." The word struck her like a blow. She stumbled back, her heart pounding. "Why?" she whispered. "What have I done?" Mwangi stepped closer, his gaze piercing. "You have been chosen, not by the living but by the dead. The balance between our world and theirs has been disturbed, and only you can restore it." Nia shook her head, tears welling in her eyes. "I don't understand. I am just a girl. I am not a warrior or a shaman. I can't—" "You carry the seed," Mwangi interrupted, his eyes dropping to the pouch around her neck. "The sacred tree has marked you. You are the bridge." The elders nodded in solemn agreement. Nia looked to them for reassurance, but their faces offered no comfort. She was alone in this, as she had always been. "What must I do?" she asked, her voice trembling. "You must journey to the abyss," Mwangi said. "There you will find the source of the disturbance and destroy it. But be warned, the abyss is a place of illusions and nightmares. Many who enter never return." Nia swallowed hard, her mind racing. She thought of her grandmother, of the stories she had told about the abyss. It was a place where time stood still, where the spirits of the dead roamed in eternal unrest. To go there was to risk losing oneself forever. But she had no choice. The elders had spoken and the spirits had chosen her. She tightened her grip on the pouch and nodded. "I will go," she said. The journey to the abyss began at the sacred tree. Mwangi led Nia to its base, where the roots twisted and coiled like serpents. He chanted in a language she did not understand, his voice rising and falling in a hypnotic rhythm. The air grew heavy and the ground beneath her feet began to shift. "Step into the roots," Mwangi instructed. Nia hesitated, her heart pounding. She glanced back at the village, at the faces of the people she had known her entire life. They watched in silence, their eyes filled with a mixture of hope and fear. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward. The roots parted like water, swallowing her whole. The world around her dissolved into darkness. She felt herself falling, tumbling through an endless void. The air was cold and thick, pressing against her skin like a suffocating blanket. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. When she finally landed, it was with a soft thud. She opened her eyes to find herself in a place unlike anything she had ever seen. The sky was a swirling mass of black and purple, lit by an airy, pulsating light. The ground was covered in ash and the air smelled of decay. In the distance, she saw a city, or what remained of one. The buildings were crumbling, their walls blackened and cracked. Shadows moved in the corners of her vision, but when she turned to look, there was nothing there. Nia stood, her legs shaking. She clutched the pouch around her neck, drawing strength from the seed within. She had to find the source of the disturbance, but where to begin? As if in answer, a faint whisper reached her ears. It was her grandmother's voice calling her name. Nia! She turned towards the sound, her heart leaping. Grandmother! The whisper grew louder, guiding her through the desolate landscape. She passed through the ruins of the city, her footsteps echoing in the silence. The shadows seemed to watch her, their presence growing more oppressive with each step. Finally, she reached the massive gate, its iron bars twisted and rusted. Beyond it stood a towering structure, its spires reaching into the swirling sky. The whispers were coming from within. Nia pushed the gate open, the hinges screeching in protest. Inside, the air was even colder and the walls seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy. She moved cautiously, her senses on high alert. At the center of the structure, she found a throne made of bones. Sitting on it was a figure cloaked in darkness, its face hidden beneath a hood. In its hands, it held a staff topped with a glowing crystal. Nia, the figure said, its voice a chilling blend of her grandmother's and something far more sinister. You have come at last. Nia's breath caught in her throat. Who are you? The figure rose from its form and shifting twist. I am the keeper of the abyss, the one who maintains the balance. But the balance has been broken and it is your fault. Nia's mind raced. She thought of the whispers she had heard beneath the sacred tree, of the strange dreams that had plagued her since her grandmother's death. Had she unknowingly unleashed something terrible? Like and subscribe for part 2.